Hey Queens, welcome back to Tea Stance on Pageantry. Today, we're diving into something I'm very passionate about, and that is the levels of pageantry and why understanding them can totally change your approach to competition. Just think of this episode as your pageant playbook. Stick around because we got more right after this. Hey pageant fans, welcome back to another episode of Tea Stance on Pageantry, where we talk all things pageant related. I'm your host, Teresa. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks for joining us. First things first, pageantry is a sport. Yes, you heard me right. Just like basketball or track and field, it requires training, discipline, strategy, and experience. Think about it like this. In basketball, you don't go from your neighborhood court to being an NBA star overnight, right? You start in kids' leagues and then high school, college ball, and then you get to the pros, right? So there are levels, and each one prepares you for the next. And it's the same thing in pageantry. There are stages of development and expectation that you have to go through in order to be able to compete at that higher level. And honestly, ladies, the higher you go in pageantry, the more competitive it is, the more that is expected of you. And so unfortunately, what I'm seeing a lot is far too often we have a lot of women entering top tier pageants like Miss World, Miss Universe with no previous experience, no understanding of the pageant system, no foundation of even just basic skills. So to me, that's like showing up to an NBA tryout without knowing how to dribble a ball. You wouldn't do that, right? And expect to make the team. So why are we showing up to Miss World and Miss Universe level pageants, which are, the highest you can go, some of them, and not have basic skills that are required for pageantry. So like I mentioned previously, there are just different levels to pageantry. So I'm going to break it down for you guys. So we have the Little Miss and preteen pageants, and these are honestly so amazing for building early confidence and stage presence. Some popular ones include National American Miss, America's Little Miss, International Junior Miss. And for Cayman, similar pageants would be Cayman International Girl and World Imperial Beauties Cayman Islands. And then you have teen pageants. And here's where you start to see more advanced interview skills and more community involvement. Examples of these pageants might be Miss Teen USA, Miss Teen Universe, Miss Teen Mundial, things like that. And of course, here in the Cayman Islands, we have the Miss Teen World Cayman Islands pageant. Then we have our Miss division, and this is the professional level. Think of these like the NBA, the Olympics of pageantry, if you will. This is Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss International, Miss Earth, Miss Supranational, Miss Grand International, so on and so forth. You know what I'm talking about. But in pageantry, we also have Mrs. Division, and these are for our married queens, and these pageants are designed for that unique journey. So pageants like Mrs. America, Mrs. United States are great examples of a Mrs. Division pageant. But here's the real tea. Come a little closer. Experience matters. I'm going to say it again. Experience matters. If you're not close to aging out of your desired pageant, then I strongly recommend competing in a smaller, less competitive pageant first, because it gives you time to, one, build confidence, two, learn how to walk, pose, speak, and present yourself on stage, understand what the judges are looking for, and also learn the rhythm of pageant competition, right? I want you ladies to understand that it's okay to start at the beginner level. In fact, I encourage it. Build your confidence and your skills in local or regional pageants, and then gain your experience, and then move up to that higher level of pageantry. If anyone were to ask me, what advice I would give to my younger self in preparation for pageants is I would go all the way back. You guys may not know this, but my first pageant was Miss Teen Cayman Islands. And I remember the year before, I believe, my mom had asked me, hey, I'm going to enter your sister in Our Little Miss. Do you want to do Our Little Miss? Because they have a teen division. And I said, no, I just want to go for Miss Teen Cayman Islands. And that's what I did. I went for Miss Teen Cayman Islands. But if I could go back and give myself advice, I would definitely tell myself, go and do Our Little Miss first, because the experience and exposure that you're going to gain from doing, albeit a smaller pageant at the time, is going to be invaluable to you when you eventually do compete in Miss Teen Cayman Islands. So I'm giving you advice that I would have given to myself that I wish someone had said, start small and let's grow. You have the time, you're young enough, you've got loads of time. So start small, compete in smaller pageants that are less competitive, that are more focused on development. And that is the thing with the sort of like the younger pageants and the teen pageants, is their focus is more on the developmental side of things. Because when you get to that Miss World, Miss Universe, high stakes level, there's so much more expected of you. The competition is that much more fiercer. So you really want to make sure that you are entering with enough preparation behind you that you are not going to be left behind, girl, because you do not want to be left behind in a Miss Universe, Miss World pageant. These are high stakes pageants and so much is expected of you. You also don't want to feel stressed. I think a lot of the women I see entering Miss Universe and Miss World, especially locally in Cayman, they're stressed because they're trying to learn too much in a short span of time. Guys, do yourself a favor and get ready before you enter your pageants. So that brings me to my final point. Queens, before you submit that application to a high-level international pageant, such as Miss World or Miss Universe, ask yourself, am I ready? Do I know the game I'm playing? Because just like any great athlete, a great title holder is made through training, dedication, discipline, passion, strategy, experience, and progress. And progress takes time. It's not something that you can rush, okay? So let's respect the levels of pageantry and let's train like the queens we are. If you found this helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're ready to level up your pageant preparation and your journey, my coaching offers are here to help you. All of my information will be listed in the description box down below. So definitely reach out if you're looking for a pageant coach and you're ready to level up. Okay, girls? All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, have a great week.